Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
You ready? Here we go.
So I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys, on this week, on today's show, this week in Caught on Camera, and where do I hang my shower socks, and get ready for the next WORLDLE craze, and a museum security guard creates his own artwork. All this and much, much more will be discussed here on DeaconLive. How are you? How are things? How are things going? Are you doing okay? Are you getting through this? Did your favorite Super Bowl team win, or your favorite team win in the Super Bowl? Are you doing okay with all that? Did you get your candies and all that stuff for Valentine's Day? I think I did pretty good. I got my wife just a little card. I got her favorite cereal and a little box of candy. Just a small little thing. Couple of those, what are they, Reese's Hearts, the peanut butter hearts. I like them. She loves them. She's like, you got these for you. I'm like, they're for both of us, babe. So what's been going on with me? Well, hopefully I'm okay. And I say that because I think there's something that's been bothering me. Now, we haven't really been doing a whole lot here. Now, for those of you who don't know, we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. We sit on about 22 some odd acres. We have horses, we have chickens, we have dogs, we have cats, we have all animals and everything in between. So we got a lot of stuff going here on the property. We have a lean-to. If you guys don't know what a lean-to is, it's basically just a small three-sided building where a horse can run in and a horse can run out to get out of the weather, get out of the sun, or whatever the implements are out there bothering the damn horse. Obviously, I got my morning breath still. Morning voice still, not my morning breath. I brush my teeth. So in the process of taking the roof off and redoing it, it's just getting kind of dated. Some of the roof covering has come off, so let's fix this. So going out there and fixing it, and it's a lot of moving and a lot of up and down ladders and doing all that stuff. Something that's been bothering me for the last, I'm going to say probably a good 4 months that I can remember saying, hey, this has been bothering me. Now, for those of you who don't know, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video as well. And to see this video is go over to YouTube. We also live stream on Twitch. Just search for DeaconLive Podcast, and you can see this as well. Now, I'm going to show you something. Now, bear with me because I got to move the microphone and stuff. Don't worry, I'm not going to get too graphic. So here's where I'm getting at. Let me turn the thing on so you guys can see me. So right here, I'm pointing to my crotch area, like the left side of my crotch. Right behind my... All right, kids. Anyone under the age of 18 might want to turn off the radio or leave the room right now. I'm just saying that just to let you know, because I'm going to get a little graphic here. So this is what's going on. Under my left ball, right behind my left ball, I've got a pain that goes all the way up to the left side, just probably about 4 inches from my belly button. So from here to here, I got this. Let me sit back down so everyone can see me now. I've got like this pain, this tug, this pull that's been bothering me. And if I turn just right or I move just right, God damn, I got to get rid of this voice. If I turn just right or I walk funny or twist or do something irregular, I feel like a tug or a pull on that area. It's not like a pain. Like right now I'm not in pain. But if I move or something, I feel like it's pulled. Like for me, it sounds like the you ready to get a graphic. You ever washed your car, outside with the garden hose and stuff, and you're going around the car, and the hose is doing just fine around the car, and then it gets pinched under the tire and you pull on it to get around the corner? That pull is what I feel under my left ball up into about, like I said, 3 or 4 inches left of my navel. And I'm trying to think of the anatomy of myself. I remember, okay, there's your bladder, there's your balls. My wife is going, okay, where's your appendix? I'm like, it's over here. That's way too high. Where's your pancreas? I'm like, no, it's way over here. It's too low. I don't know what it is. So if you guys have any idea And now I've checked myself for a hernia. I don't think I have a hernia. Like, you know, you're supposed to have a sag underneath your balls or something. Gentlemen, there's something, I don't know what's going, and I'm scared. Not that I'm scared, like panic or anything. I'm just like, okay, this is new. This is a new feeling. And I'm getting older. I just had a birthday last month. Thank you very much for all the birthday wishes. Appreciate that. But this pain, it doesn't, you know, I urinate. Welcome to Dr. Deacon, where we talk about the entrails of our whole entire anatomies and stuff. But I pee just fine. I poop just on my movements, I should say, is just fine. But for whatever reason, I get like this pain, and I'll push, and, you know, I'm doing the panic thing. Like I'm pushing, thinking I'm looking for a lump. Like my wife just went to have her yearly checkup, and she said, you know, they smash your boob like a pancake, and they do your feet in the stirrups and all the stuff that the ladies have to go through. And I feel for every lady that has to go through that. Guys don't have to go through anything like that. But I'm sitting there, and I'm literally like pushing into my crotch area and all the way up to see if I feel like a lump or something hard or something not right, or just to see if I can feel something tender. And I'm pushing, and I don't feel anything. It's not like push, ow, that hurts, ow, that hurts. It's just every once in a while I get like this rubber band hose stuck underneath the tire type pull, and it goes away. And then, you know, it's a little tender for a little bit. I'm going to stop the streaming here because it's going back and forth. And I sit there and I'm pulling on it, and well, not pulling on it, but, you know, it's pulling on me, and I'm just sitting there going, oh man, it just something doesn't feel right. I don't know what it is. It's not, you know, constricting me as far as movement or anything like that. I'm not laid up in bed or anything. So if you guys have any idea what that could be or what it might be, you can hit us up here. And for every podcast we do, we have a matching video, and that video can also be found on prophetradio.com, PROPHET radio. And while you're over there, go to the Deacon Live section, or actually at the bottom of the page, there's a little blue bar that says, be heard. Opens up a microphone. You speak right into it, and it comes right into our inbox, and we'll play it on the very next podcast as well. All right, guys, we got a big show to get into. Hope it didn't scare everyone off right away. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks. Oh, God. I'm dying. I'm dying over here. Again, I'm dying. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks, and the way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio. Click on the social contact section, and you can see all the places that you can find us. Like I said, we're live streaming on Twitch. I had to restart the live video feed there. I got a little hiccupy. We also live stream on Facebook and YouTube, so pick your poison. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow and do all that stuff that links us to you and you to us as well. Now, when it comes to pain, a lot more people say that women have more tolerance to pain than men do. They go through childbirth. They're a little bit more strong and efficient as far as, surgeries or anything like that. Well, this woman right here, the police are searching for a religious healer who reportedly convinced a pregnant woman that hammering a 2-inch long nail into her skull would give her a son. Now, before you go jumping off the boat and going, what? Now, she's already pregnant, so it's not like she put the nail in her head and immaculate conception type deal. So authorities in Peshawar, Pakistan, are looking for a supposed faith healer, accusing him of persuading a pregnant woman to hammer a nail into her head, guaranteeing a birth of a son. The unnamed woman had 3 daughters who was desperate in giving birth to a son because she was afraid that her husband would leave her. God damn it. Her husband would leave her if she had another girl. She approached this unlicensed religious healer and advised her to hammer a nail in your head. Oh, what you need to do is just put a nail in your head. That would solve everything. She is 3 months pregnant, and because of her husband's fear, so she went to a faith healer who gave her Taweez, Taweez, things to recite, and a nail. The hospital staff who attended to the woman in the Lady Reading Hospital in Peshawar told Dawn News Reporter, referring to it as a luck amulet. The victim then returned home and hammered the nail into her head. By herself? Did she have help? Did the other 3 girls... Hold still, mommy! Wha-bam! Right in the head. Family members heard the woman screaming in pain, and she tried to remove the nail but could not. They eventually took her down to the hospital. These names. Hadir Sulman Khan, a resident neurosurgeon at the Lady Reading Hospital, told the media that the outlet, when the woman arrived in the hospital, doctors successfully removed the nail in the operation. She said that the woman in her locality did the same thing and gave birth to a boy, even though the ultrasounds showed that the unborn child was a girl. So here she is, laying up in the hospital. What'd you do that for? I wanted a boy. Someone else in my neighborhood kind of did the same thing and got a boy after they said it was a girl. And I don't want my husband to leave me. So I put a nail in my head. Well, I don't know what came out of it, but she has successfully given birth. Of course, they didn't say the name of whatever the gender of the baby was. Like, they don't want to give it away, because if she said, and she had a boy, then everyone's going to walk around with a freaking nail spike, freaking railroad ties stuck in their head. So they removed it. She's okay. And she goes on to live another day. Now, speaking of religious healers, this mom right here caught her kids doing something weird late at night. Now, when we used to go camping, not me and you, but, us in general as human race, we go camping, and you always did the flashlight underneath your chin, and when they rolled down the window, on the window was a hook, that type of, you tell scary stories and stuff. Well, this mom says she walked into her kids in the dark bedroom with the flashlights underneath their chin, and she asked, what are they doing? Well, I'm going to let her tell the story. Now, don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have matching video, and we can show you this video in real time as we're talking about it here on the air. So here we go. Turn this up so we can all be friends.
I need to tell this story so I have witnesses, and just in case. I have a 3-year-old and I have a 6-year-old. And they were playing in the 3-year-old's room, and no one was fighting, and I was like, let me go make sure they're both still alive. Got more than one kid, you know what I'm talking about. So I go to the room, and it's pitch black. They're both sitting on her bed with a flashlight, saying, oh, hey, Mom, close the door, we're about to call someone. Like, you calling someone on a flashlight? Oh, no, we're using that to see him when we call him. Who are you calling exactly? Both children with the uplighting of the flashlight in a dark room simultaneously say, oh, the devil.
Sure, why not? Let's call him up. See how he's doing.
So I flick on the light. I take that flashlight. I go, you're the reason I have to smudge the house so much. I just thought I was attracting spirits and had to smudge the house to get their entities out. Now I know it's y'all calling them. And now you're calling their boss? No, sweetheart.
Calling the boss.
No. Mommy ain't got enough in this house to smudge that out, okay? Then the 6-year-old goes, well, could we just call, like, a lesser demon?
Yeah, like his brother, his stepbrother or something. Kids.
When I tell y'all I've lived in many haunted houses and just figured that, that's just my life. I didn't realize it was because I had people inviting them in.
Yeah, you got the kids calling them
I'll
in.
be smudging the house today. But, y'all just pray for me a little bit. What was that?
That's the kids in the background. Now she's gonna. Now, if you don't know what smudging the house, that's when you see people take like white sage and they walk around the house and they kind of do the corners and stuff. So I guess she's really into smudging the house to get the evil spirits out. But she didn't realize that the kids, hey, that's a good horror movie. Hey, the parents don't know, I'm sure it's been done a million times, that the kids are calling these evil spirits in the house, and the evil spirits are playing with the kids, and the parents are like going, our house is crazy, and the kids are like, no, these are our friends. Meanwhile, they're like, stepson of the devil or something. I don't know, that's the name of the movie. You guys run with it, all you people out there. Now, speaking of run with it, there is, how do I explain this? There is a time where everyone that's being locked in their house and doing their home pandemic, and what are we getting in year 4 of lost track, after numbers get hard to be after a while. But after a while, we have lost all conversations, I guess, social ability is where I'm going with this. And think about this. So let's say you're 16, 15, 14 years old, and you read a little article and you read it to yourself and you're like going, oh, well, that makes sense. I'm going to do that, or I should do that. And then you get into your, go off to college, and then the stuff you thought was normal in your household is not normal in everyday society. You were like, I thought everyone did this. So this gentleman right here, a college student, recently learned the reality that most people don't wear socks in the shower after going years of doing so, sparking shock and intrigue online. The now viral Reddit post, which has garnered over 43,000 upvotes, was shared in a subreddit, Today I Fucked Up. Today I Fucked Up. It's titled, basically, I was thinking it was normal to wear socks in the shower, but I guess I was wrong. The original poster revealed the situation occurred about a month ago. Growing up as a Reddit dealer or Reddit editor, didn't really go on a vacation. He said that he didn't go on vacation. He stayed anywhere overnight other than camping on occasions. Now, I know when my wife and I, when we go camping and they have the public showers, what do? Just like jail. You wear your the flippy flops, rubber sliders or whatever, creepers or whatever, so you don't get fungus and stuff. He was kind of thinking the same thing. So when he asked his roommate when he was taking a shower, hey, where are the hooks for your socks? The roommate said, what do you mean hooks for your socks? He goes, well, I need a place to hang my shower socks so they can dry. And his roommate was like going, no, we don't do that. I don't know where you got that from. So he posted later on, of course, showers are better with the socks off, because he was afraid of fungus and athlete's foot and everything that was going on there. So whatever article that he read made him panic and put socks on while he was in the shower. Gross. And then wear the socks again. Now you got fungal socks hanging in the shower. So if there's something that you guys do or did and didn't realize that was not the norm in the world, let us know. Go to profitradio.com, click on Be Heard, let us know. We'll play it on the very next podcast as well. All right, stick around, guys. We're going to talk to IT Dan, find out what he did for the Super Bowl and how that all went, and also his recipe for chili. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Of course you do. Everyone wants something for free, and we have some free stuff for you. And the way you get a hold of that is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on the free swag section. We have a couple packs out there. We'll send you some stickers, some magnets, some buttons. We got all that. All you have to do is fill out that little bitty form so I know where to mail it to. And believe me, I got enough shit going on here with my freaking pulled groin muscle or whatever it is. I'm dying again. To do anything with the email address other than send you some nice, cool, free swag here from the station. All right, guys, before we go any further, let's find out what's going on with IT Dan.
Hello, Travis. How are you?
Hello, Dan. How are things?
Oh, not too bad. Had the big Super Bowl party last night.
So did everyone fall asleep by halftime?
Everyone stayed awake for the entire game. It was
Bullshit.
Yes. No, they all did. Everyone stayed awake. And we all had some, most of them were drinking something or another.
Did you have a glass of wine? A glass of Chardonnay?
I didn't, but I did have some hot chocolate with rum in it.
Oh, damn.
It was very, very good.
Spice rum?
I think it was... I'm not sure the rum was in it, but it was. I didn't get a real buzz off of it. And Kathy had a drink that was it was a margarita made with wine.
Yeah,
it's very tasty.
Yeah, we bought some of those at Costco. It's a wine-based margarita. It tastes just like a regular margarita. I'll put a little salt on the edge of the glass. You'll never know the difference. So, did your team win? Or were you happy with the outcome, the Super Bowl, whatever?
I was happy with the outcome because it was an exciting game, and both teams played hard, and just one team came out a little short. But
that's usually how football works, Dan.
No, sometimes one team just dominates, and it's 43-0, or it's lopsided. And
now one thing, Dan, I don't watch a whole lot of football, but I saw a lot of punting. Is that a common thing for a game? That many punts?
It's not. It does happen. It's not uncommon. But sometimes in the playoffs, they don't want to do it because you don't want to get ejected from the game. You know, angers do get up there when you're playing, and it's that much on the line. But there's usually less in the playoffs because they know how much it can cost the team. You know, during the regular season, you know, you might get ejected, but it's not going to cost your team that much. So
what, the punting?
Yeah, the punching. Yeah, you can get ejected for throwing a punch.
No, punting. Yeah. Punting, like with your foot.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you don't speak good English.
Jesus.
Well, no, punting is going to happen when you have real good defense.
You are way off.
Yes. Both teams hang up and call me all over again.
That's why I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, yeah. That made no sense.
Yeah. And,
you're probably still drunk, Dan.
Yes. And, well, no, I just misheard you. So, but there's some games that I've seen there's hardly any punt. The punter doesn't come up for 2 or 3 games because the offense is so dominant. But what was good about this game is the defenses really played well for the most part. They shut down both teams' running games, and yeah, there was a lot of punting, but there were times they could have punted and they went for it probably about 5 times during the game. So, but it had a lot of everything that I'm looking for in a football game. I enjoyed it.
And the halftime show, how'd you like the halftime show?
Oh, the halftime show was awful.
Why do you say it's awful? I thought it. Yeah. Now there's a difference between being awful, Dan, and being not the type of music that you like. So okay. I'm not to say that I like that kind of music, but I can appreciate the music being done well.
Okay.
Did you think that the choreography was bad? Did you think the dancing was bad? Did the lighting was bad? I mean, what made it awful?
Because it wasn't my type of music. That's
so
why.
we can't pander to everyone, Dan. So you have to understand that, you know, certain type of people. Would you be okay if it was all country music artists up there? And then or if it was all classic rock artists up there, half of them are dead anyways, and they're jumping off of Spotify and selling all their catalogs and stuff. But if you had like the classic rock bands up there, now you've alienated half of your other audience.
Yes, I know. So that's what you can't have everything. But we sat around and ate. We didn't.
Well, hold on, Dan. No, don't skip over the question. So what made it outside of the actual content of the music? Was the halftime show bad or was it okay?
Well, the choreography was okay. I couldn't understand anything that they were saying. I couldn't tell whether they were singing punting or punching. It was that. Yeah, and I just don't get rap. I can't understand it.
It's okay. It's not made for you, Dan. It's not made for your generation. No. It's made for a different type of generation and different type of audience and people who have lived a different lifestyle than you. And it speaks to those people. When I say those people know who I'm talking about. Yeah. I mean, I grew up in high school. I grew up listening to like heavy metal and punk rock music, and then when like gangster rap came around, I got into it because I felt that angst, that rebellion type music. I got into it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I just can't. It just isn't music to me. That's all.
All right,
but that's me. That's my opinion. So
you and Patty Page or whatever her name is.
Yes, yeah. And I want to let you know that. Usually Kathy makes chili or I make chili, and Saturday we got together and made it. Each of us made it. We made it together, a joint effort.
Mm-hmm.
And it came out the best chili that we've ever had.
You know why, Dan? Do you know why?
What?
It was made with love.
Yes, there was a big ingredient that was put in there. And we made it in the crock pot, came out really good. Hamburger, onions, peppers.
Did you put chocolate in it?
No chocolate. Kidney beans.
You put apples in it?
A mix. Yeah. And did you put apples in it or no? No apples.
Do you know why you put chocolate or apples in it?
No, I don't know why someone would do that in the chili.
Well, let me tell you, Dan, because I was a second runner-up in a chili cook-off competition in Volusia County, which is what Daytona Beach sits in. Out of the whole county, I was a second runner-up. And the reason why you put chocolate or apples in your chili is to reduce the acidity, because a lot of people will put too much tomatoes and tomato juice or tomato sauce or tomato whatever, is to reduce the acidity. It doesn't make it sweet. it's the counterbalance, like an acid and a base. You know,
sometimes we'll put 2 or 3 scoops of teaspoons of sugar in.
Yes.
But actually, this had stewed tomato, 2 cans of stewed tomatoes, and everything else was bean and Hamburg, and it just came out.
Lot of cumin.
Yeah. No cumin.
What do you mean? No, that's the main ingredient for chili.
Okay, we had fajita mix, and we had mild chili mix, and half a thing of regular chili mix.
So like the McCormick's packets.
Yes.
Okay, so there was cumin. Read the packets. There's cumin in there.
Okay, it's probably in there, but we didn't add it as a total ingredient. Cooked it in the crock pot for 6 hours.
You put any Spam in it?
No Spam in it. That was what was missing in it. And we went over to our friend's house, and they had a whole bunch of chicken wings, cheesecake, all these different appetizers, all these different things that were there. We brought over our chili, and the chili was scraped dry. Everyone went and had seconds, and when we brought it back, it was bone dry empty, and there was still a lot of the other food that everybody else had. So that was everyone loved the chili.
Well, and it also helps, Dan. It's also 38 degrees outside, and they don't want chicken fingers stuff. They want a nice warm meal. Plus,
surprisingly enough, we didn't watch the game inside.
But here's the thing.
We were inside, and there was a fireplace. There was a fireplace going. We were all toasty warm.
The reason why your chili was such a big hit, Dad, is because you said you were the youngest people there. All right, let's play this. Let's play this out here. So you and Kathy were the youngest people there. So that means the next person in line was what, 72, 75? You know,
probably 72. Yeah.
And then the oldest person was Dottie, who's 99.
Yeah, Dottie didn't cook.
Okay, so you're asking a 72-year-old person and a 99-year-old person to eat chicken wings? Dan, half of them don't have teeth. And if they do have teeth, they have dentures. So here comes Dan with his soft, smushy, liquid chili soup, and they're like, I can eat this. This is great. I can't eat the hot dogs and the steak and the chicken wings. My teeth will fall out. That's why your chili was a big hit, because that's all they could eat.
Well, if you go by that logic, that's probably why everyone loved the chili. But it did come out good. I love chili, and I've had different styles of different people, and everyone said it was great because it was tasty but not spicy hot. Didn't have any spiciness to it at all. And I didn't see any pizza sauce or anybody add anything to it either. So.
Now, with your chili, do you do crackers, like oyster crackers or anything in it, or you just chili, or do you put it over rice or noodles? Because I like that.
We had some corn chips that were there. So some of the people, were dipping in, they took some corn chips and dipping in.
Now, is it a soupy chili, or is it like a chunky chili?
Oh, and Kathy's ground up some seriously sharp cheddar cheese.
Seriously sharp?
Yes.
Is that what it says on the label?
That's what it says on the label.
And where'd you get this seriously sharp cheddar cheese?
We went to this, it's kind of like a gourmet place that we picked it up at, Aldi's.
Aldi's,
yeah. She was surprised because we when we go shopping, if we had a list of what we wanted, and we said we're going to go to Aldi's first, and because that's the lowest prices. And then what we couldn't get at Aldi's, we'd run and grab it.
Yeah, when you put cheddar cheese on, it's okay, but when you put sharp cheddar cheese in and you heat it up, it gets oily. So was your chili oily? I bet you everyone had the shits. No, I'm sure everyone had the shits after that, Dan.
I'm going to call them and ask them. No, she had the cheddar cheese just as a side, and if people wanted to sprinkle it on, they could have it with.
Any hot dogs? Hot dogs for the chili?
No hot dogs. No hot dogs for the.
Well, they can't eat it anyways. They can't chew it.
Yeah. But it was very tasty. We got one. We did save some here before we went over, so we. Had,
so did your team win?
I was hoping the Bengals would win, but neither of them were on my team.
And what did I say? What did I say when you've got the fourth best team playing against the fourth best team? It was the fourth type Super Bowl.
No, it was the fourth best team on one conference. The other team, the Rams, were a much better team. I think the Rams were like second.
No, you said they were both fourth place teams. They got in because of the wild card.
That was the weekend before we were watching the game.
Oh, okay.
We were watching
But still, you got a mediocre Super Bowl. Now, I watched it from what?
It was a good Super Bowl.
It was all right.
I thought it was a good, yeah.
Yeah, Amy and I, we watched it from nose to tail. We watched the whole entire thing. It was okay. I mean, it was fun. And the one thing, a lot of people, we don't watch football. She doesn't watch any sports at all other than, horseback riding. And even still, she barely watched that. But for the most part, we watched the game. It was okay. The halftime show was fun. That was it. The commercials were the commercials.
Some of the commercials were okay. A lot of them I thought were really lame. They just assume that people have no intelligence, which that's probably what they're catering for.
But see, here's the thing with the Super Bowl commercials now, because of even in the last year, our whole entire way we ingest media, social media, any of that stuff, the way we ingest that is so quick, it's so instant. Now with TikTok and everything else that's going on, and the reels and all these little short stories on whatever platform that you have on your social media account, there's nothing that's going to shock us anymore. There's no new ideas for commercials. I mean, they haven't really, none of them, I couldn't tell you one commercial other than, here's the only one that stuck out in my mind, is the one with the QR code that was bouncing around the screen. And the only reason why that one stuck out is because the episode of The Office where they were watching the DVD, when you have a DVD player and it goes into sleep mode, the DVD logo would fly around on the screen and you would wait for it to hit right in the corner. And that's what everyone wanted to watch. They wanted to see that QR code hit the middle of the corner and bounce right out. And then that was it. I couldn't tell you what the commercial was. Amy put her phone up to the screen and said, okay, it's for Bitcoin or something like that. But other than that, that was the only commercial I remember.
I like I like the one for the Amazon Alexa when the Amazon Alexa was a lie detector. That one was.
See, I don't even remember that one. I don't even. And granted, not that I was in bad shape during the Super Bowl. I paced myself, but I mean, I remember everything that happened. I wasn't like, solidified drunk or anything like that. But I can't remember other than the QR code one bouncing around the screen, only because of that episode of The Office.
And I like the Chevy Silverado commercial for the Sopranos because I was a big fan of the Sopranos TV series, and they pretty much showed the opening series of the Sopranos just the way you always see it. And then it came to the part and you saw what truck they were driving in while they were looking at that scene, and it was a brand new electric Chevy Silverado.
Yeah,
just like the one you're ordering.
Yeah. Well, we're ordering one today. Actually, Amy's going to order one today. We're getting the 2500.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to go with the trailer. And it's not going, like you're driving it around. You're not going to feel like, I'm driving in a big tank. It's too heavy. It's
right.
Too much of a problem.
And we're doing the gas engine, not the diesel.
That's definitely the way I would go. I would not want to get a diesel.
Yeah.
I want to say there was one play right after the halftime where they got that 75-yard touchdown immediately, and the guy grabbed someone's face mask, and
I did see that.
The referees could have called a penalty, but even though that didn't affect the game, what that touchdown there by letting it happen affected the gambling because the Bengals were 4-point underdogs, and they lost by 3. Which means that all these people won bets. A whole bunch of money exchanged hands just because of that one play.
I think they said it was $1.3 billion were spent on just gambling alone on that game.
Yeah, a friend of mine made, bet 100 and made 170. And, without that play, the bookies must have been furious about something like that.
Yeah, someone's gonna be sleeping with the fishes. One thing that I did get upset about, I think it was like 45 seconds or something. When did they basically just took the knee and said the game's over with? You're only down by 3 points. What's his name? Mahomes came back within 13 seconds. I didn't understand why the other team did not play it out completely.
What you do if you can play it out completely, and you can play it out completely.
Because that's bullshit. You're just saying, I give up. Why would you even play the game? Why would you even play the game?
No, that's not giving up. What you're doing is you can run off the clock. If you try to run the ball into the line and try to throw a pass, you could be intercepted or done. And it's a common thing when you know that the other team has no timeouts and you can run the clock off. they call it a kneel down. And what you do, you hike the ball and you kneel down.
Yeah, everyone squat.
And the clock runs out on the game, which you want to be ahead when the clock runs out of the game. So it's a safety thing.
I thought
so you don't lose the game.
I thought under the 2-minute warning, anytime there was a down, when they the clock stops. No,
if you go out of bounds, if there's an incomplete pass, or if you go out of bounds, but if you're tackled, the clock keeps running.
Oh, it keeps running. Okay.
Yeah, and so what they want to do is when you're ahead and the other team doesn't have timeouts, and I've seen them do it for 4 downs and take almost the whole final 2 minutes of the game, which is really boring. They only did the last play, but that's the standard way they played football forever.
Well, I understand that, and I was just kind of upset that they kneeled down, and then everyone was like standing up and said, "Okay, good game." I'm like, dude, there's like 45 seconds left. You can kneel down 3 times, kneel down 4 times, and then let's run the clock. I don't know, Dan. I was upset. I understand the concept of how that works and how that all goes on. I understand football to that extent. I just get upset when that happens because I'm a big basketball guy. As long as you have 1.3 seconds on the clock, you can inbound the ball, touch it, and shoot it at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And this is what it's a possession. If you have possession of the football, and I see it all the time. I understand it. It's boring as hell. Yes, it is boring to watch them.
See, they should have something like basketball, because when the ball inbounds, the other team fouls intentionally, puts the guy on the line. Hopefully, he misses 2 shots, and then they get possession of the ball back. They should do something like that in football, where they could, instead of kneeling it and running the clock out, they should have some kind of foul or something to get repossession of the ball. I don't know. It's just me. It just seems like waste. It was a waste. Like, why even show up? Why even do all that stuff? I don't know.
No, it's a winning strategy. It's not giving up. It's a safe way. If you're ahead in the score,
I understand that, Dan. I understand. I just think for the benefit of the whole entire. I mean, the clock's up there for a reason. Let's use every ounce of the clock to make a game interesting. Because at the last minute, you're just like going, all right, this is it. It's over with. The fat lady's are done sung. She's eating her chicken fingers and eating her bowl of chili with cheddar cheese on top. Anything else, Dan? Before I let you go.
No, it was good, and I thought they gave the MVP player to the right. Cooper Kupp is.
Never heard of any of these. Never heard of any of these people, except for what's his name, Antoine McCarr Jr. What was the one guy who got out in the middle of the game? On the Rams.
Beckham Jr.
What's his name?
Beckham Jr.
Yeah, him.
Odell Beckham Jr. Yeah.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah, he's got the same haircut as you. That's why why you remember.
Well, side by side, you get us confused.
Yes, you would do that. So.
All right, Dan, anything else before I let you go?
No, and send me specs of what you're getting for your truck when you're done.
Okay, I'll make sure Amy sends it to you.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Okay, take care.
All right, bye. All right, guys, stick around. And when we come back, you want to make some money eating some mashed taters? Well, I'll tell you how to do that here in just 1 sec. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks, and make sure you follow us on our YouTube, on Twitch. Twitch is still kind of brand new. I think we don't have a whole lot of followers over there, so we appreciate you if you go over to Twitch. Just search Deacon Live Podcast. If you want to see that link, go over to Prophet Radio. You can find all our social contacts and links and stuff. Make sure you like and do all that. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate you so much. We'll send you some stickers, some magnets, and all that. Now, we as human race have milked everything. We have milked cows. We have milked goats. In some lab experiments, we've milked rats. I think there was a famous line on a very famous movie said, "I've got nipples. Do you think you can milk me?" Anything with nipples, you can milk. We've milked almonds. We have milked oats. Now, the latest craze that's coming around is potatoes. I know. Potato milk is now a thing, so we tried making it our very own. Potatoes and I go way back. This is Arthur. The writer of this article is Heather Martin. Potatoes and I go way back. They are one of my oldest and dearest friends, and one of the first things I learned how to cook for myself. Next to cereal, right there, Heather? Stupid ass. We've had a mashed, hashed, pierogied, oven fried. There's never been a potato I haven't liked. All right, so let's get into the article. What is a nutritional professional? I love to try new things, and so I can talk about it and let clients know about unfamiliar foods. Because of this is so much fun, and we also have a lot of families with a lot of allergies. So I thought I would try a very plant-based milk: coconut, walnut, flaxseed, quinoa, pea rice, banana, so on and so forth. So the Swedish brand Veg of the Lund, Lund, burst my professional foodie bubble with its new self-stable alternative milk named Dug, D-U-G, made from the humble potato. Dug, D-U-G, claims that in addition to its allergen-friendly vegan ingredients, potatoes are more environmentally sound than most other plant-based milk bases. Now, I don't know if you guys watched Space Force. First couple episodes, I kind of dredged through it, and then I got the rhythm of the show, and I was like, it's a fun show. Well, there's a couple scenes on there where they pretend like they're going to be on Mars or the moon or something. I think it was the moon. And they're sitting there eating potatoes like for a week just to see, this is all we can make for right now is potatoes. So this is what they're doing. So what they're doing is they're trying to make milk out of potatoes. So in general, the recipe online suggests that boiling 1 to 2 cups of potatoes and then blending it with a total of 3.5 to 4 cups of water. All right, got it. So what you're doing, to me, it sounds like you're making really runny mashed potatoes. I boiled about a cup and a half of the sliced potatoes in 4 cups of water. All the recipes I said cooked it until it was tender and falling apart. Then what did you do? I poured the liquid into a blender and added enough additional water to make at least a total of 4 cups. Then I added a pinch of salt, but no sugar or vanilla yet. All right, so now we're adding sugar and vanilla. Of course, you don't want it to taste like potatoes. You want it to taste nice and creamy. Then I added a cooked potato, blended it on high. Most recipe said blend for about 5 minutes or so. So it was kind of foamy at first. I strained it twice to get rid of all the foam. And so here you go. It looks like, I don't know. It's bad, supremely bad. Its translucent color is the texture of thin boiled cornstarch, and it smells like surprise boiled potatoes. So I think there's a long way for the boiled potato milk in the future. I don't know. Maybe on Mars, maybe they can do something to it wherever. But I mean, that's a step to get closer to producing milk on a planet that we don't have anything to milk, like almonds or cats. Now, if potato milk isn't your thing, but eating them is, you can now get paid $1,000 to be official taste tester and eat potatoes all day long. Calling out all you carb lovers out there, the ultimate gig for foodies has just opened up as one lucky person gets to get paid to eat potatoes. Boiled, fried, baked, sauteed, just like I said in the last article. Normally, hungry customers shell out for their favorite dishes, but Finance Buzz is looking to recruit and pay an official taste tester. The successful candidate will munch their way through the 20 international recipes featuring potatoes as a star ingredient to bid the Celebrity National Potatoes Lover Month. Oh, Jesus Christ, these fucking words. In a bid to celebrate the National Potato Lovers Month, which falls each February. So we're in potato. You would think that would be a March thing because of Irish and St. Patrick's Day, but now they second in Black History Month, potatoes for some reason. They're looking for America's biggest potato lover and to taste some spectacular. These fucking puns are killing me. Spectacular, and help us get a bucket list for the country's potato loving travelers should visit. God damn it. Among these dishes and countries on the map are the Italian ganache or gnocchi. Yeah, ganache. You know what I'm saying. Ganache. Nosh. Japanese potato salad, Canada's infamous, idiot. Infamous poutine and Poland's potato pierogies. The taste testers' tasting notes will help to create the ultimate travel itinerary for Spud lovers. So the potato fan just won't eat the meal. They'll cook it all themselves too. Oh, great. Now I got to be a chef. Along with $1,000. They also receive $500 gift card to spend on groceries. So you're not stuck eating potatoes all day long, to source out some other ingredients. The team explains, as a personal taste tester, you will tell us what you like and dislike about each dish. So from the kitchen prep to cooking time and all the ingredients in between. So basically you're going to sit there and go, all right, I like having potatoes. I don't like, cutting them. I don't like doing this. Maybe we should do this. So if you want to apply, you must be over the age of 18 in the U.S. because you're going to taste stuff from all over the world, I guess. The deadline for the application is February 28th, with the taste testers being selected by March 28th. They will create one dish a week for 20 weeks. To be considered, you need to tell the team what your favorite potato dish is. To apply, click here, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we'll put this on the Prophet Radio website. Let me see this. Where does it say? Let me write this in here. Post link. And let's see. How to apply. Don't need that. Oh, right here. First name, email address, links to social media and all that stuff. All right, so there you go. It's pretty straightforward. If you want to make $1,500 for 20 weeks to make and eat one potato dish, I don't know. I would go. Yeah, they're not going to go my scale. I would do $1,000 a week. One dish, $1,000, and then I'll do 20 weeks of it, because you're taking up a lot of your own time, your energy, the gas, fuel, whatever you're using to cook this stuff, your time to go out there and actually corral this stuff and bring it home. I don't have to drive all over town every week to go get this stuff, eat potatoes. Now, hopefully one of those recipes doesn't include this ingredient. Now, for all you health food people out there, there's good fats and there's bad fats, and there's trans fats and there's polyglomerate fats and all these other different fats out there. And the line goes on and on, the list goes on and on. It's all confusing at times. But right now, avocados are one of the most healthiest things that we are finding out that you can eat. It lasts in your stomach for a long time. You don't get hungry after a long time after eating them. So I've been incorporating that in my diet. Well, right now, myself and a whole bunch of other people are going to be pretty upset. The suspension of avocado imports from Mexico came after a U.S. safety inspector received a credible death threat, according to the U.S. official with knowledge of this matter. The inspector had denied permission for shipment from the Mexican state of Michoacan. That's the best way I can figure it out. The threat led to the U.S. Department of Agricultural, Animal, and Plant Health Inspection Services, or the USDA, APHIS, temporarily suspend Michoacan export license for avocados. Mexico's agricultural ministry on Saturday, in a statement, said Michoacan is the only state in Mexico authorized to export avocados to the United States. Yes, the Americans need their avocados for Cinco de Mayo, but the inspectors need to be able to do their jobs without being threatened. A U.S. embassy, the embassy security of APHIS personally have been dispatched to Michoacan to collaborate with the local security officers to get the inspection back on track as soon as possible, the official says. So let's see. Working on with the U.S. inspector working on behalf of the shipments intended to report for inspections to ensure proper meets the U.S. standards. The Michoacan avocado producers have exported more than 135,000 tons of avocados to the United States in the past 6 weeks. So in 2019, the U.S. inspector who was also directly threatened in Michoacan, prompted the U.S. government to warn Michoacan state authorities that they will export privileges will immediately be revoked if another threat occurred. So this is what happened. So this is what's going on. So if you see your agricultural, your your avocados rising in price. Well, guess what? Tell those people, the cartel, the avocado cartel, to stop threatening us, right? We're Americans. We'll say who comes in and who doesn't. Maybe some places. I don't know. All right, we'll come back. Are you a big fan of WORLDLE? Well, WORLDLE has saved this person's life in the weirdest form. So stick around. We'll dive into that here in just one sec. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on your social networks. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. And while you're there, get yourself something for free from us for saying thank you, for listening to us, sharing us, and doing all that stuff. Go over to the free swag section, fill out that little form, and we'll send you a sticker pack, magnets, whole bunch of other stuff we have going on here. Just fill that out, and we'll send it out to you. Believe me, I'm not going to spam you. I got enough shit going on here on the property. Now, mosquitoes, with all the cold months that are going on, we've had the luxury of not having mosquitoes around. Now, I'm a Florida boy, born and raised, moved up here to North Carolina probably about 8 years ago now. We don't have as many mosquitoes up here in North Carolina. Well, at least on our property, you would think. But we do have bats, and we have bat houses, and they literally go out at night and destroy the mosquitoes. So as far as mosquitoes being out here, and they're minute, my wife, they're always attracted to her. Studies have shown that sometimes it's blood type, sometimes it's your diet, what attracts, because I can stand out there all day and not get bit. But my wife will stand out there and she gets bit all the time. So I don't know if it's a blood thing, a diet thing, or anything like that. But right now, studies have now shown that there's another reason why mosquitoes attack or don't attack you. There are plenty of factors that go into how, there are plenty of factors that go into how how attractive you are to mosquitoes. New researchers have found that colors that you wear are definitely play a role. That's the main takeaway from this new study published in the Nature's Communication Journal. For studies, researchers from the University of Washington tracked down the behavior of female mosquitoes when they were given different types of visual and scent cues. The researchers put the mosquitoes into a small test tube chamber, exposed them to different things like color, like a colored dot or a person's hand. In case you were not familiar how mosquitoes find their food, they first detect around by smelling carbon dioxide, so from your breath. So if you breathe a whole lot, of course, mosquitoes get on you. That prompts them to scan and look for certain colors and visual patterns that could indicate for food. When there was no odor like carbon dioxide in the test chamber, mosquitoes pretty much ignored the colored dot altogether, not mattering what hue it was or whatever it was color-wise. But once the researchers sprayed carbon dioxide in the chamber, they flew directly toward the dots that were red, orange, black, or cyan, or blue. Dots with green, blue, or cyan, I guess cyan's a different type of blue. Dots with green, blue, or purple were ignored. So there you go. If you want to hang out by the fireplace or a fire pit on a nice cold night, even a hot night, you want a nice fire pit just for the ambiance, wear something green, something blue, or something purple, and the mosquitoes will go away from you. Or won't be, they won't jump on down your throat. Now, Taking Over the World is this game that's only available, I forget where it's at now. It's not on an app, or you have to go to a website. And it's called WORLDLE, WORDLE, and it's taken everyone by storm. It's the new Flappy Birds. It's the new Words with Friends. It's the new Angry Birds, whatever, Candy Crush. It's the new thing out there that everyone can do. And with everyone being locked up in their houses and, in quarantine, going out, we need to find our own entertainment now. An 80-year-old woman was taken hostage in her home this week. I know, you're like going, what the hell's that got to do with anything? An 80-year-old woman was taken hostage in her home this week, and her family were alerted that something was wrong with her after she didn't read text messages or share her score on the popular word game WORLDLE. Denise Holt woke up in her home in Lincolnwood, Illinois. I'm going to say Illinois to piss people off. In the early hours of Sunday morning, and she saw a naked man holding scissors. The man threatened to cut her if she screamed and got into bed with her. Ugh, that'd be scary. He later locked the bathroom door in her basement. Holt said that she was cold, hungry, and in pain, and trapped because the man would not bring her any food or medicine. The Lincolnwood Police Department confirmed to USA Today that the suspect, identified as James H. David III, oh, he's got two more of them out there, discarded his clothes early Sunday morning during a mental health crisis before breaking into the woman's house. God damn it. He collected the phone in the house and secured the door to the woman's bathroom with a chair. You know, the old lean it up against the door. USA Today reached out to Holt's daughter for additional information. While Holt was trapped and worried for her safety, her oldest daughter in California was growing concerned that her mom has not texted her her WORLDLE score for the day, a daily word game that gives players 6 tries, blah, blah, blah. We know what that is. Her other daughter, who also lives on the West Coast, noticed her mother had not responded to any of her text messages. I didn't send my older daughters my WORLDLE for the morning, and that was concerning to her. The woman eventually asked the police to do a wellness check, and the officers discovered a broken window on the first floor of Holt's home about 9:45 p.m. on Sunday. They freed her from the bathroom, notified a regional SWAT team. The law enforcement officially caught the man about 3 o'clock the next morning. Davis said Davis has been charged with home invasion with a dangerous weapon, aggravated kidnapping, and while armed with a dangerous weapon, 2 counts of aggravated assault on a police officer. So they had to take him down. But so what happened was the grandmother didn't text out her daily, I did it, Julie, look at my WORLDLE score. There's my WORLDLE score. And then all of a sudden, yeah, Ma, got it, WORLDLE score, got it. And this has been going on since the dawn of WORLDLE. And then all of a sudden, she doesn't get the text. Oh, hold on, let me find out what my mom's, oh, she didn't text me the WORLDLE score. Text Ma, see she's okay. Sure enough, she was locked in the basement or locked in the bathroom, and this crazy guy was in her house. Can you imagine that? And that's what saves you, WORLDLE? Weird. It's weird how we're connected this way. You get texts all day long, and then once they stop, you're like going, oh, I wonder what happened. Let's find out. It's kind of like I've got friends on Facebook, and all of a sudden they just drop off the planet, and then you go to their page. 2 things have happened. One, they passed away, or they're locked up in jail, and all you see is, 2019, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday from everyone, and then nothing. And then 2020, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Something happened to them. They just fell off the planet. So this 80-year-old woman technically fell off the planet for about 48 hours because this guy broke into her house. Now, something that's come up here in the last 48 hours is a new spin on the WORLDLE game. It's called, you ready for this one? Write it down. It's called WORLDLE. Same thing, WORLDLE. Same thing, WORLDLE, but with the word world in front of it. And what they do is they show an outline or a silhouette of a country, and then you type in that country. And then on the right-hand side, instead of the yellow and green words, you got this letter right, you got this letter right, it shows you proximity of where this country is based on the country that you typed in. So, for example, you see the outline of France, but you don't know it's France, so you just type Italy, and then you see this is, however many kilometers from Italy, and you're like, all right, so I'm in the right area. There's no surprise the surging of popularity of the word game WORLDLE. It's also spawned off all different types of spin-off. So the latest one is called WORLDLE. After each incorrect guess, the players will see a series of green and yellow boxes that pop up along the side with a distance of kilometers indicating how close they are to the right location. More green boxes you see, the closer you are, so on and so forth. But I mean, some countries you can tell, like Syria, the shape of Syria. I would hope the shape of Italy, the big boot. But there's a lot of countries out there. They're all divided up, and they're all like squiggly lines. And so I don't know half of them, like Croatia. I don't know what that would look like on the thing. So that's a new thing out there for all you geo nuts out there. It's called WORLDLE. All right, when we come back, speaking of being locked up in your home, this woman got locked up in Home Depot. And how did that happen? We'll find out, and she'll tell her story when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. We sit on about 22 some odd acres. We have cattle, we have horses, dogs, cats, all the stuff, chickens, and a whole big process that we have going on here. And I think I pulled my groin muscle. I'm not sure. It goes back from my, like right behind or right to the left of my navel, down right underneath my scrotum. I guess scrotum I could have used instead of balls at the beginning of the program. I'm going to say balls anymore, or some more. Underneath my balls on the left side, and it feels like a rubber band or something. If I move just right, it feels like a little tension there. I can't feel any pain, or I can't push on it and feel any like tenderness or anything. It's just if I move just right, something's knotted up down there. I don't know what it is. So I'd like to get your opinion, and the way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio, click on Be Heard. Let me know what your opinion of what it is, good or bad. I'm ready for it. Let me know so I can save, a couple $1,000s instead of going to the doctor. I want your prescription of what's going on with me. Now, being at home, DoorDash has gone out and made a killing here during the pandemic. They represent a whole lot of people. They just re-signed a contract with McDonald's. And you're like going, well, how do they do that? Well, I mean, they represent McDonald's and not represent. They say, hey, look, we'll do all this stuff. We'll split some of the commission with you, but you guys got to produce a food. We'll come pick it up and we'll deliver it for you. We'll only take 14%. We'll take 14%. That's why sometimes you'll see your DoorDash or all those will be a little bit higher, like I don't know what a hamburger goes for, normal hamburger, but you can guarantee to see about 20% increase if you order it on DoorDash, which if you want to work it out as far as like driving gas, your time, effort, waiting in line, dealing with the employees that are quitting and throwing shit at you left and right because they're not happy with themselves or their job, DoorDash might be the way to go. And then unfortunately, DoorDash catches a lot of hack too on the opposite side coming home. Now, have you ever wished that you could personally fine McDonald's for delivering your food late? So what's happening is this new contract that DoorDash has created with McDonald's starting in 2023, the delivery company will begin charging McDonald's extra fees for late orders. Right now, DoorDash collects 15.5% commission on all delivery orders. Now, this will change in the new arrangement, taking a smaller cut for on-time orders, but a larger cut for late orders. So what that means is there's a tier system. So, for example, you order something from McDonald's. And I've never ordered DoorDash, so I don't know exactly how this goes. This is the way the article reads, and I'm going to kind of translate it the best I possibly can. So you order something from McDonald's. The guy from DoorDash shows up to McDonald's. If your order is ready to go, they take the order and it gets to you 30 minutes or less, or whatever the slogan is. I don't know what they do. And they only take now 11.6%. Now, if it's 4 minutes or more later, they'll take 17%. And then if it's over 7 minutes, even more, they'll take up to 20% on the orders, 21% of the orders. So this is hopefully getting the people behind the counters as if they didn't have enough stress going on. Hey, I know we got people in the lounge ordering here at the counter. You've got a line a mile long at the drive-thru, and you also got DoorDash orders that've got to skip everyone else's order, and you're going to be late. I'm imagining this is how this scenario is going to work out. So I think DoorDash might be playing the odds, saying, "Hey, look, some of these restaurants are going to be packed. They're going to be completely jammed tight, and they can't get our orders. My DoorDash guy is going to be standing there with a time clock, going, okay, it's like 30 minutes or less." The pizza thing that they used to put on your table and put the timer on it for your pizza to come out. And you're sitting there going, all right, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 59, 3 minutes, 58, and they do the comic countdown. 2 minutes, 1 minute, 1 minute warning before I start charging you more. So that's what's happening. That's a new contract they got going on with DoorDash. Now, I have worked for Home Depot for over 20 years. I don't want to say I retired from Home Depot, but I have left Home Depot after 20 years. I started right out of high school, on and off, part-time, full-time to part-time, a regular sales associate, all the way up to assistant manager throughout my years, the 20 years that I was there. Home Depot's been very, very good to me and helped supported the times when I needed a job, I needed a full-time job or a part-time job. So I kept my foot in the door at all times. Hold on, I gotta wait for this stupid thing to reload now. So this young lady right here was trapped in a Home Depot. 21-year-old. Stop it. Switch screens here so we can all be friends and everyone can see what's going on. A 21-year-old employee freed from Home Depot after getting locked inside. She got trapped in a Home Depot and can't get out. Amara Mullins just finished her shift at the supply store when she was using the restroom before leaving. When she emerged, nobody was in the store. So I'm going to let her tell the story right here. Here's a video that's been going live viral on all the social networks. So here we go.
She's trapped in Home Depot and can't get out.
I'm locked in my job, bruh, and nobody's here. Nobody's here and the lights are off.
Amara Mullins just finished her shift and was using the restroom before leaving. When she emerged, she says everyone had left. The huge store was all locked up. She was trapped, all alone. Motion detectors turned the lights back on.
Y'all, all the lights came back on. Y'all, oh my God, this is not good.
The 21-year-old sales associate says she was terrified.
I don't know who to call.
It was only her second week on the job.
I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
Thankfully, the motion detectors triggered a call to the fire department. They came to Amara's rescue.
I always wanted to get locked up in a store, but not like this and not at Home Depot.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with Home Depot.
Lesson learned.
Maybe don't go in the restroom for a long period of time at your end of the shift.
I'm locked in my job.
Home Depot tells us they're looking into how on earth this could have happened.
So now, for my expertise, the 20 years that I said that I worked there for, she was in the bathroom long enough for the manager lets everyone out. We let everyone out, and then we lock the door, and then sometimes we have to go count the till. We still have to lock up. We still have to do the safety walk around the whole entire building. So that takes, once you let the last employee out, the manager's the last one to leave the building. You do the safety walk around the store, make sure everything's locked. You set the alarm. So how long was she in the bathroom at the end of her shift? Did she take a big dump and fall asleep on the toilet? I'm just saying, and part of your job as a manager is to walk through the bathrooms as well to check, knock. So if someone didn't do their job, walking and clearing the house is what we call it in the biz, clearing the house to make sure that there's nobody in the building before you lock the doors. Now, thankfully, the motion detectors came out and everyone is well. But, 2 weeks on the job, obviously they didn't miss her. I don't want to say that, but, they didn't realize that she was not there. All right, guys, you ready for Caught on Camera? Yes, we are. Don't jump at once. This kid right here, you've heard stories about, let me switch screens here. You've heard stories about kids ordering stuff from Amazon through their Alexa device. Alexa, order me this. Alexa, order me that. Well, this kid right here got a hold of his mom's cell phone, and she had a list in there, and he went ahead and hit purchase cart. Now, the parents are unboxing everything as the toddler accidentally ordered everything from Walmart, costing about $1,800. So here we go.
How many accent chairs does one living room need? All of these chairs were accidentally ordered from Walmart by one shopping-loving toddler. Check out this massive shipment worth nearly $2,000 sent to his parents' home in Monmouth Junction, New Jersey. 22-month-old Ayansh Kumar had gotten a hold of his mom's phone that had a bunch of items stored in a shopping cart.
Rat bastard.
Somehow he managed to place an order, and somehow he selected all the items and then was able to submit complete the transactions.
Today we are going to open these boxes.
After piling up in their foyer, Mom and Dad decided to finally open them all up to see what showed up by mistake at their front door.
They're going to get it anyways.
It's a flower stand.
Yeah, this is a flower pot stand.
This is one bathroom washing machine. I think this is useful for me. I think this is one chair. We have to assemble.
Too many chairs for one thing, and Ayansh doesn't seem to want to let go of this one.
Oh, he's enjoying. Look at the feet.
I know someone's got a bunch of chairs in their house too.
Items like a yellow accent chair and returning several other pieces, including the flower stand. I'm Lee Sheps for Inside Edition.
But you already opened it up. Why would you don't open it up? You just did it for the article. Just saying. Now, this was caught on actual police cam. You ever seen the police department or state troopers or anything? They sit there in that concrete median and they're kind of like watching traffic and stuff. Well, this right here was caught on camera during this officer's shift.
Check this out. Scary moments for a Pennsylvania police officer as a runaway tire there smashes into their patrol car. Oh, my goodness. Take a look at it again. This happened in Spring Township yesterday, again in Pennsylvania. The officer was monitoring traffic at an intersection when a pickup truck lost that tire.
You can see the truck right here on the left-hand side. He's cruising with 3 wheels now. So this just happened as he crossed the intersection.
And hit the cruiser's windshield. Luckily, the tire then launched into the air and landed.
And then killed 4 people behind him, I'm sure. Those tires are heavy, man.
On the opposite side of the road, not hitting any other vehicles.
No, everyone survived.
The cruiser suffered significant damage, but luckily, no people were hurt.
So I know that a guy I used to work with, the parking lot was right off of 85 here in Charlotte. And a tire flew off of 85, came down, skipped over, bounced over 3 cars, landed right on the hood of his car, not the hood, the roof of his car, completely smashed it in, and he ended up getting a new Mustang out of it. So there you go. So these senior citizens are enjoying an inflated tube ride caught on camera through their facility. So here we go. Hold on, let me pause this. These senior citizens are enjoying a ride through the facility, and they share the sweet video this morning. So it looks like they're on like a, hold on. Easy there. Looks like they're on a bunch of cart dollies, and these old people are sitting on like inner tubes or like inner tubes that have the handles like you see in the pools, like the different colors and stuff. So these old people are sitting in there and rolling around in the grand foyer area. So here we go.
These residents of a retirement community got to go tubing without getting wet. Story Point Senior Living's activity directors in Salina, Michigan, had planned a day in the snow with tubing, snowball fights, and igloo building. However, they did not end up having enough snow, so they moved the activities inside. They brought the inflated tubes inside and pulled the residents through the facility. They shared the video on social media, which quickly went viral. A representative for Story Point Senior Living told Reuters, "A few residents told us this definitely isn't something they ever thought they would be doing, especially while living in senior living. It might not be what they thought they would be doing, but it sure does look fun."
So the residents there are riding around in these tubes and stuff on dollies, and the help's pulling them around and slamming them in the walls. Well, the grandma bust her eye open. She took a tumble down on the Black Diamond Hill over there. Next to the lunchroom. All right, guys, stick around. When we come back, we'll dive into the last segment and then let you guys get back to what you got to do. And we'll talk about this Swedish trucker that makes more money being Swedish and a female rather than being a trucker. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live, guys. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks. And the way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on social contacts while you're there. Let's hear from you. I'd like to hear from you. Join us at any time on any podcast. Go over to Prophet Radio and click on the Be Heard section. A little blue bar at the very bottom of the page. Clicks open a microphone and speak right into whatever tablet, whatever device you're listening to us on, and it sends a voicemail right to our inbox, and we'll play it on the very next podcast. If you want to talk about something we talked about 3 weeks ago, you want to talk about my groin issue that I've got going on, you think you have a recommendation of what it is, anything that's out there. If you just want to say hi, love the show, hate the show, or anything like that, just let us know at the Be Heard section and get yourself some free stuff while you're there. Now, our eyes. We take so much value on our eyes. That's how we see the world. For about 85% of the world, and the other 15% has some kind of eye problems or blind or something like that, and they see the world in different ways. Now, a new experiment reveals that our vision is up to 15 seconds behind real time. Our eyes smooth out everything as we see the world, but scientists don't fully understand what's going on. So what we see right now in our face is 15 seconds actually from what it is. And let me explain. I know it gets really, really confusing. So open up a camera app on your phone and start recording a video. Place the screen right in front of your eyes and try to use it as live footage as a viewfinder. It's pretty tricky. The shapes and colors and motions of the video are jarring. Scientists say that this exercise can be a close proximity of the messy visual data that our eyes see on a constant bombardment for our brain. So how do we actually see this without feeling dizzy or nauseated? In a paper that was published in the last journal for the Science Advances, researchers from the University of Aberdeen and the University of California, Berkeley, they ain't got nothing to do over there, described a perfectly unknown visual illusion that helps us smooth out what we see over time. So, for example, this is what's going on. So, analyzing every single visual snapshot, we perceive in a given moment, on average, what we saw about in the past 15 seconds. So what they're saying is by pulling together objects, hold on, getting ahead of myself here. This illusion of visual stability is an idea that may require a little bit of explaining before we continue on to the sense of what's going on. Consider our eyes the ability to focus on items from far, far away, remaining stable on the ability to lock onto these objects in their path. Now, think about what happens to your eyeballs themselves while they're focused and must move all the way around in order to maintain the smooth feeling while staying focused on the objects far off in the distance, like a gyroscope that's always remaining upright. So retinal images continuously fluctuate because of the many sources of internal and external noises ranging from retinal imaging motions, oculus and discontinuousness, lighting, I know I made that word up, lighting changes, perspective changes, and all other main sources of noise. However, the objects do not appear to be jittery, fluctuating, or change identity from moment to moment. They are very, very different theories to explain how our eyes and our brains work together to smooth out what we see or all around us. Those include change blindness, when the stimulus changes but we don't notice it, and inattentional blindness, our failure to notice a visible object because of the attention is focused somewhere else. A prime example of that is our eyes actually see our nose. You've heard this a million times on TikTok and all the other things. Our eyes physically see our nose, but our brain eliminates our nose from our visual sight. So imagine you're staring at something far, far away and realize what you're doing. So pick something, go out in your house, go out in the room or something, look at something across the room. Focus on that one item, and that one item, realize that your eyes are physically moving around to capture that all in one thing. So, and then process that material to your brain. If you understand this, great, because I've read it and I kind of don't understand it, but they're saying that the images that your brain's seeing is on a 15-second delay. I can understand a 1 or 2 or 3 second delay, but what if you were to, something explodes, I guess, travels at the speed of sight? Is that a thing? Is that going to be a thing now? I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Now, speaking of sight, this gentleman right here created his own artwork. A Russian man's new job as a security guard at an art museum took a bizarre twist when on the first day of his job, he got bored and decided to draw eyes on things. He started on his hand, started on a piece of paper, eventually drawing eyes on a $1 million painting. The shocking act of vandalism was reported when it first noticed back in early December when a pair of patrons visiting the Yeltsin Center in the city of, here we go, Yekaterinburg, noticed something amiss about the artist's I'm going to put the picture up here so you can see what artwork they're talking about. Let's see. What is this? Maybe they got a story about it. Hold on. A video. Oh, no, they don't. So here's the painting. If you're watching us here on the video here, the live streaming video. And don't forget, for every podcast we also have a matching video as well. It goes in tandem with it. So it looks like 3 faceless people on a painting, and he actually went through and got bored and drew eyes on it. The nerve, the audacity. It's your first day on the job. You're guarding an art museum, and you're sitting there and you're like going, "Right then." Seems like the artist forgot to put pupils on these things. I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in, and I'm doing a good job doing that. So he did that, and as the unknowing person would come by and go, "Oh, look at that! That's the picture with the 3 heads in profile with no eyes or anything on it, no facial features." And now they got like little black pupils on. Oh, that's great. And then someone says, "Oh my God, why do they have eyes? Why does the pictures have eyes? They're not supposed to have eyes on it." While the unnamed man has understandably been fired from his job as a security guard at a museum that may wind up to be the least of his troubles, because after the initial declining of the press charges, Russian authorities have now opted to open criminal investigations to the incident. Should the now former guard convicted of vandalism of a painting, he could be fined up to approximately $400 and 1 year in jail. The correction in 1 year in jail actually had a correctional label sentence. I guess they do something different. No, you're going to break rocks for us. That's what you're going to do. It cost over $3,300 to fix the thing, and luckily they caught it in time. So you imagine that, your first day on a job at an art museum, and you're drawing, stick figures on the actual existing artwork that's there. Is there some kind of test that you can take to be a security guard? I guess not. Some kind of competent test. Are you first of all, are you a moron? No. If you have fluffy pillow and a hammer, and I told you to hit yourself with one of the two, which one do you pick? Well, I'm going to pick the hammer. Why? It's easier to hold. And I can get a grip on it if I'm going to hit myself in the head. Why not a pillow? Pillow, I can't really, I have to grab it with 2 hands. No, you can't watch my paintings. You are idiot. Somehow this guy made it through. Now, in a world full of male-dominated activities, one of the recent ones that have come out is video games and video game streamers. Now, of course, more women have got into video game streaming. They've done very well at doing that. There's one girl that I like watching because she's just kind of radical sometimes. Sweet Tales. She plays video games just to play video games. She doesn't sit there and talk smack or anything. And it's funny because it's when you hear like a group of guys and then there's a girl in the room and they're like, "Oh my God, there's a girl in the room. Oh my God. Oh. Can you talk to me? Can you be my friend? Can you send me a request, friend request? Oh, I'm so lonely. My mom doesn't do anything." Anyway, but that's the way it is. Another male-dominated enterprise is truck driving. And you're starting to see more and more female truck drivers out there. Of course, working for Home Depot, I've seen a lot of over-the-road truckers that come in, some of male and female. And when I see the female ones, I'm like going, yeah, you look like a truck driver. I don't want to say anything bad, but you look like a truck driver. This girl right here, I say girl, woman, this female truck driver makes over $6,000 a month on YouTube, has topped the trucking influencer, and doubled what she makes driving a truck. Now, you say, all right, she makes $6,000 more than what she does driving a truck. She is from Sweden, and she's a truck driver over in Sweden. She has typical long blonde hair, very young. I say young, whatever it takes to get a license over in Sweden, and natural amenities, if you know what I mean. Angelica Larson is one of the top trucking influencers with over 300,000 YouTube subscribers. She told Insider's Vlog that she makes about $6,000 more a month, which is double what she makes driving. The 31-year-old Swedish truck driver wants to inspire women around the world to become a truck driver. Now, this is great on this level because we can't find enough over-the-road haulers, and all you women out there that want to start driving trucks, you've seen all the security things on TikTok where they show if you're staying late in a truck parking lot. over the road night, how they take the seat belt and they wrap it around the door handles and they plug it back in. And they do all this other stuff to make sure that everything's locked and safe at night. Swedish truck driver Angelica Larsson is one of the world's top trucking influencers on social media. Let's see. She is saving her money to travel and mentor other young women looking to break into the trucking industry. When she first started out, she was in Bulgaria and Russia and not having many girls driving, she said. So she applied to be a truck driver, got a license and everything. But at the time, she was posting fitness content on her Instagram. In 2014, she quickly realized that people didn't care about her fitness because she's just, dropping the bucket on that. With a world filled full of female fitness instructors, they found out that she was a truck driver. And then she said, people were like, hey, I want to see what your trucking's like. So we have right here, and you want to see this video, go over to profitradio.com, click on DeaconLive. For every podcast we do, I have a matching video as well. And this is one of her videos of her driving a truck and giving her commentary on it. So here we go. So this looks like they're loading up a bulldozer onto our flatbed truck. I don't know what they actually physically call that. So here she is.
Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to a new video and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all feel good. And I know it's been like forever since I uploaded a video, but I have been feeling a little bit low and a little bit sad, and I think it's the environment up here that does it. Because I'm not used to the darkness that they have up here. Because right now in northern Sweden, the sun doesn't go up. It's like dark all the time. It's a few hours during the day you can see that it gets a little bit brighter, but you can never see the sun. It really affects me, I don't get any D vitamins, I don't get an energy. So the
Hey-o.
like,
all right, so here she is driving on the road, and she
somewhere in the background.
She says that she works 6 days a week. She asks for 1 day off because she has to do all of her editing and all of her other stuff on her own. So it takes her about 20 hours to do all the editing and do all her things. So hold on, I got a video coming up here. So here she is traveling down the road.
And it just turned minus 33.
Minus 33 Celsius. Snow.
Now it's 12 o'clock and it's minus 25. So it's still a little bit cold. But the sun is still somewhere in the horizon. And yeah, this is how it looks like 12 o'clock. It's almost 1 o'clock and
1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Outside. This is probably the brightest that it gets.
It looks like the sun's setting over here where she's at in the northern part of Sweden. It's kind of like Alaska where they have long days and short nights or something like that, or 24 hours of daylight. So here it is.
But it looks very beautiful. And yeah, so this is what it looks like at 1 o'clock on the darkest day of the year.
So there you go. That's Angelica Larsson, and she's promoting and trying to spread the word as far as being a truck driver for all the ladies and stuff out there. So if you inspired to do that, check out her channel, give her a thumbs up, and tell her DeaconLive sent you. All right, guys, on that note, we'll let you get back to what you got to do. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks. Make sure you like us, subscribe, and get some free stuff from us. Let us know. We want to hear from you. Go over to Profit Radio, click on all the stuff that links us to you and you to us as well. On behalf of all you guys, I'd like to thank you. My name is the Deacon saying good night and good night.
Come back. This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
Ooh. Oops.